Welcome to another edition of Trust the Process Podcast. Hashtag TTP. Yours truly, Rob the People's Plug Martin. Joined by always Nicholas the Italian Stallion, the Reverend.
Hollywood.
What's
What's up?
And Mr. 79 weeks out. Mr. 1 and 7.8 billion. Mr. Irregular Strength. Julius Maddox is live.
Hello.
He's live. Hey, so we need to get some type of theme song. Whose phone is on?
Not mine.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it was yours. Of course it is.
That was Nick's.
You got yours on Do Not Disturb?
Yeah. On that one, yeah.
All right. What's up?
We need some sort of theme song, so that way when we come in,
Da-da,
we can vibe to it.
da.
You know
What
what I mean?
about that? What was that off of?
Ollie.
It was off Hollywood.
Look, so what was that one song?
Ooh, what's up, guys? What's up? Bright and early. We've been at it. Looking crazy. 4th of July haircuts. We're just keeping it original.
Oh yeah, you looking wild?
So you're looking wild.
Guys, look, we need to have like a theme song like this. Hold on.
Guys, we need a theme song. What's
Just,
up?
I'm
We
gonna
need
play it.
headphones.
Oh yeah, but we gotta get our own, don't we?
No,
When we come in?
no.
We don't know about that.
All right, copyright.
Hey, tell me that beat wasn't hot. When we come in the morning, hey, yo,
Just rip
welcome.
it, Ju.
Can you rip it?
Listen, it's not. It just doesn't fit us.
It don't?
It doesn't fit us. That's a guys.
All right,
Because
so what is
immediately
it?
you think of what that song is.
Nah, I don't. I love good music. I love good beats. That's probably one of the hottest beats I've ever heard in my life.
Are you serious?
I promise you.
Nah,
I promise you.
Grinding.
If I had an extra,
Grinding?
Yeah, what about that beat?
The beat is weird. The music makes it good.
Nah,
The beat is extra weird. If you hear the beat by itself, it's weird. That's what music does. And that's what I do love music. Music does bring it helps bring color
it
to
changes
the
the
world.
mood.
It does, doesn't it?
Changes the mood. Look, I remember being like in the club, and as soon as the Crowd Mob song came on,
Oh, man.
no, if you bug.
Oh, man. They knew. Look, the DJ knew what time it was.
They knew. Yeah, they knew what time it was.
They
They
about
knew that
5 seconds to move.
that was their like song to like get everybody involved. But if you took it a little too far,
Yeah.
people are gonna get involved
Oh, you remember
a
in
little
one
too
song?
much.
The police.
No, I never listened to those songs.
No, the songs that about the security guards.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wish the
yeah,
security guard would make a move.
What about
What song was that?
I don't know, but when he played that, hey, he flirting with hot water.
Who about when how you felt when it was like Rose? That's my nickname.
Hey, Brandon, you got it. Hey, almost halfway there. Then you got another 400 pounds, and hey, we're gonna be neck to neck.
What are you talking about over
Julius
there?
Maddox.
Brandon Mosley said he's trying to get half of an 800-pound bench press.
Oh, that's good.
I said, you get there, hey, listen, then we're gonna go to 800.
That's all it is. That's all it takes. You gotta
Oh,
crawl before you
Nick's
walk.
old roommate is in the building. Billy Butts.
Who, Butts?
Billy
Oh,
Butts.
What's
Rocky
he
told
up
me
to?
the funniest story ever one time. This was back in the day when we was in the madness. Some about some money and how we did things back then. But they was sitting in the room and of course it was on Teen Spirit. Everybody's high sitting in the room. And this is an old story, guys. It's like almost 20 years ago. This is back in Western days. And Rocky was like, "What's up, man? Like, where's my money at?" And like he was like, Billy was just sitting there like quiet. And Rocky was getting mad, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden he was like,
Yeah, right.
look, Rocky said he froze up. He said he didn't say that for like 5 minutes. He said he didn't know what to do. His body got high.
Hey, I bet he got
And he said Billy just forgot it. He didn't even say he was just joking or anything.
Oh,
He just
man.
carried on with the normal conversation,
Yeah,
like it was just talking, and then he was like, finally he was like, I was just playing about that, and I just remember my brother's facial expression back then. He was just like, "Look, man, I thought it was over."
Oh man,
It
that's
was over.
funny.
He was like,
Oh man, I bet Rocky froze up. For
"Oh, he
real.
did. He
But
did."
his life flashed before his eyes.
Man,
Yeah.
I see you, Billy Buster. He's got 775 on the chest press machine.
Easily.
There was another story too. We were at Western, right, and these dudes, this dude ran up on Billy and tried to steal him. Nick, was it you and
Yeah, no, it was Billy. I was just with him.
They trusted on Nick?
He started the fight.
I don't know what happened. And I know this dude ran up.
Yeah.
Look, Rob, I didn't mean to push him that hard.
Juice shoved him about down a
I
flight of stairs.
pushed him down a
I
flight.
mean, he had touched one stair.
No,
Man, no.
He missed all the stairs and his back skidded against the ground.
When I tell you, like in the front of Western at Rose Hall, where our dorm room is,
Yeah.
I mean, there was about 12 steps
Hey,
that he fell off and
Man.
like slid, right?
guess what? Dude wasn't playing. He
Dude,
came
yeah.
back with about 100 people.
Did
Hey, you know how they, you know how they
And you
used
see
to,
the mob?
you know how they used to chase witches
Yeah.
with
You see the
fire
mob
and-
coming over the
You
hill?
know how
Yeah.
the KKK shows up?
You know-
Like, and they got the
They got the
lanterns.
fire.
Look, we're in our dorm room, right? So we're at Rose Hall and we're standing out front after all this happened. We're just laughing, you know, we're hyped. We're like,
Yeah.
man, ain't nobody messing with us. And like,
You see the
you can see the street, the main street coming down Western from our dorm room.
Yeah.
You know that main street up there? You got the valley,
Yeah.
and you got that main street, right?
Yeah, that runs down.
Well, we look up and we hear people shouting and torches and
the
bats,
Klan.
and they're coming up and they're coming to our dorm room. So dude got all these dudes together, I guess from his dorm room or frat house or wherever he was from, and they started coming. So I called Rocky. Good thing Rocky then was close.
Yeah.
And he showed up with about 8 people, and they cleared everybody out.
Oh,
It was,
man.
it got a
Juice
little.
said, we need to rethink this.
It got a little.
Oh,
shouldn't have called
we see all the
him.
people coming.
Yeah.
I didn't mean for it to go as far.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's funny.
He's like, y'all better get on before I clear this whole block out.
The
And then
Western.
you started seeing, you see one person like,
Back up slowly.
what's that mean?
And then they tap them like,
Started
hey.
telling- Then you started seeing people disperse.
In groups.
Like, yeah, start walking the other direction.
What about when
It's like, we don't know that lingo.
Look, I got in a fight at Western at this dude's house, and Jew was like,
Oh my God.
Jew was like, Nick, stop hitting him, stop hitting him.
Look, let's tell the whole story. So we're at this party, right? And was you there with someone?
Nah, I think we just went.
So I think these girls invited us to this party.
Yeah.
And it was the dude's house, right? And we're out in the middle of nowhere. We're at this trailer.
Yeah.
And this dude kept,
sloppy
he
drunk.
got sloppy drunk, kept assaulting these girls.
Yeah.
So I think Nick said something. You know how Nick is non-confrontational, but
Yeah.
Nick was drunk though too.
Oh, you got
So
that nickname.
him and Nick get into a fight. Nick's beating him up, and Nick has him like pinned against this deck on the
Man,
front
Nick walked
porch.
around like this with two
Oh,
bodies
he-
in his
look,
hand. I
look.
mean, you couldn't tell Nick
No,
back.
you gotta listen to this though.
But Jew told me to stop hitting him.
I said, Nick, stop, you got it. And Nick stopped, and the dude reached up and grabbed Nick's
He was
junk.
like Scorpion.
he
Like,
grabbed.
you said to get over
Yeah,
here.
excuse me, guys. I know this is a little graphic, but he reached up and grabbed Nick's balls.
He grabbed him by the nuts.
He grabbed him. He's grabbed his
Yeah,
private.
privates.
And all you hear is Nick screaming at this high pitched notes. Get it, please. And we're just like,
It was
I
like
can't even stop him because I'm laughing. I'm in tears.
Hey, he grabbed Nick's soul.
Yeah,
it was like he came back to life and was like, I was like, oh.
Yeah, those are dumb. That's before we knew Jesus, you know.
Oh, man.
And I just remember I could not stop it. I couldn't break it up because
Jew didn't even help.
he
was
said
like,
he's gripping on.
laughing.
He's got.
He
He
did
won't let.
like the dude on Fridays.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know he would get like Damon.
Yeah, how they
He's
got
like,
that.
Damon, you a grown man, Damon.
That's it.
That's what he did to Nick. I mean,
Man.
in tears, guys.
That's funny. So
I mean-
look, so real quick before we get kicked off, happy Independence Day to America. Happy 4th of July to any and everybody. We thank you guys for rocking with us, for tuning in. Man, I woke up this morning and on the way here, it's just, I don't even think that we, especially this past week, I've ran across a few different people who said that they listened to it, right? So I don't think that you could ever realize the impact that you're having at,
Oh, yeah.
at the time while you're in it, man. But I'm telling you, we're making an impact.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Share the podcast. Go
Yeah,
like
guys.
the page.
Hey, so go to Trust the Process podcast page, like that page,
Share.
Don't share this feed, share the feed off of Trust the Process podcast. We're on here on my page to kind of push people to Trust the Process
Yeah.
podcast page. So guys, go to that page, follow it, like it.
Yeah.
Uh,
we're on
and-
YouTube too. We're on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we're on YouTube.
We're on Facebook, IG.
We're on everything.
Happy 4th, happy 4th.
Yeah.
We're on everything.
Yeah. So we America got is America a he or she? Is it? I always referred to
She,
it as
Statue
she.
of Liberty.
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty is not America.
What is it then?
That's what it represents.
It represents freedom. It don't represent America. It's
Yeah, it does. I think they both coexist together.
Lady Liberty. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Rob, do fact checks first, man.
That's y'all's facts.
Man, do
Y'all-
fact checks,
Y'all's
man.
facts halfway line up with my
Hey,
facts.
tell
Y'all
Rob
call
to do
it whole
fact checks.
We
So-
mix a few things together. And it makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's whole facts.
It sounds good, though.
Man, half facts. You know, it's I guess the America got her freedom, 1776, right?
Yeah.
So, do y'all know the story about how America got her freedom?
I mean, what do you mean? Yeah. It was taught to us in school.
He said it like he was going, like he knew for sure.
The Boston, is that it?
The Boston Tea Party? Is that what
Is
you're
that
talking
what-
I
about?
think it's something else.
Is that
That's,
when they
yeah, that's
declared
something
their
else.
independence?
That was like the separation from the
No,
states.
maybe it was. We
That
don't
was
know.
yeah,
Look,
that was a separation from the states.
Let's
when,
not act like
when
we
they started
know.
their colonies.
so
yeah.
does that have anything to do with the independence?
No, so they already. So I think one.
We don't know.
We don't know. But
If somebody
I'm
knows,
jogging my memory back. I think
it's coming to you.
it's coming to me. So once we had we had the 13 colonies,
This is a regular string.
and then
version
this is the regular string version.
of America.
And then once we parted, once we won,
what we win?
once the North succeeded over the South.
That's a civil war, bro.
It's a
You're
civil
getting,
war.
You're getting confused.
What, am I getting it?
Yeah, it's a civil war.
Oh, we got from, I don't know. That goes to
Here's
show
what
you
happened.
how much
I
I know
know
about
it.
history.
All right, so here's
George
Nick.
Washington.
Nick will give
declared-
his version.
George
Oh,
Washington.
Boston Tea Party is them rebelling against taxes.
Exactly. That's
Go
what I
ahead,
just
Nick.
Man,
said.
we're learning today. This is a
The
learn.
Boston Tea Party, they rebelled against the Britons.
Google
And George Washington.
against the Britons.
Go ahead.
He said,
and George Washington was the first president of the United States, and he said, we're separating under the rule of Great Britain.
Okay.
I think
And I don't think there was a war. We just established ourselves as a new nation, besides the Boston Tea Party.
I think the Boston Tea Party was when they wasn't putting up with their taxing them, and they
That's what the dude just said. He said the Boston Tea Party was
So here's mine. So
them
you heard
rebelling
theirs.
against taxes.
All right, so you heard theirs. I think mine is it. So 1776 was around.
I'm still in high school. I might forget later. You will forget. I promise you.
Yeah, you will. It'll come back to you though. Look, so
Hey, look. Well, Billy Butt said there's white slaves and Asian slaves.
Right, Rob.
Hey, Butts feels it.
Yeah.
So here's what I think is back in 1776 is around the time when the white guys wore the wigs,
Yeah.
and
The white guys wore the wigs.
you know they had the,
The
curly
white
wig.
powdered wigs,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
Hey,
funny.
you knew if you had one of them judges, it was over.
You knew it. You was it was life. There wasn't an option. It was life or a double life.
Yeah.
That's what the option was. So I think that mine kind of coincides with Nick more than yours. You was talking.
I don't know what I was talking about.
You was talking about
I was,
the Civil War.
Yeah, I was all the way
Go
off.
ahead.
So we had the
I know
colonies.
he's right.
We had the 13
Huh?
colonies. Who's right?
Well, you're saying the same thing Jew said.
No, listen. It's the 13 colonies, and they wanted to break away from the motherland, which was England.
Yeah, that's what I
They
said.
came over. Great Britain. They came over on the Santa, the Pena, the Anna Maria.
Are you taking it a little too far?
That's what happened.
Okay, all right. I'm glad y'all got Google check.
I didn't check it. I didn't do
My
it.
phone's up here.
I'm giving you my series of
Okay,
events.
all right, go ahead.
So Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1792.
Nah.
1692.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
He only knows that because it rhymes.
they stole the land from the Indians.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
And they declared a nation in 1776.
Nah, here's what happened. I Googled it.
Was that not right?
Nah.
I think I was right.
No,
It said Jew is more right.
I was more right.
It said
You
the
was talking
American.
about the Civil War.
I know.
Nah, he said the 13 colonies.
That's what I said.
I said both of y'all. It says the American
listen.
patriots in the 13 colonies defeated the British in the American Revolutionary War. And that went on from 1775 to 1783 with the assistance of France winning independence from Great Britain and establishing the United States of America.
So France.
So I was partially
Yeah, they
right.
helped.
Then I went into the civil rights,
Oh,
Civil War.
He
Civil
blended
War.
it.
See, I'm going somewhere
the
else.
civil
with
rights,
it.
He was
the
like-
Civil War.
I was
You
into the
said,
Civil
wasn't it
War
when the North
movement.
fought the South?
Yeah, I know. Hey, I was partially right. I had to jog my memory a little bit, guys.
And they loaded the cannons, and that's why we got
Man, look.
fireworks.
Yeah, man.
Could you imagine
Yes.
being at war like that? Like, hey, we just on both sides in the cannon.
Man, we are spoiled. We are
Yeah.
spoiled as a nation. like there's countries out there that are getting bombed and suffering from poverty and like really poverty here ain't real poverty.
You ain't got no rights overseas. Like, look, you better get in line or get your hair cut off.
Yeah, they ain't playing with you.
I see them where certain countries where if you was out past curfew, they was beating you with sticks.
Oh, they got
Multiple sticks.
What they call it? Flogging.
Flogging, lashing, I don't know, but I see them tear this dude up. I mean,
No.
they was hitting him in his calves.
With the big long sticks.
With the big long sticks.
I
And
see
it wasn't like they was real thick, they was real
They was no
thin.
bamboo sticks.
They was thin enough, but they were strong enough to like do
You better
the.
not play with us.
Yeah,
That was
not play with us.
that was an O'Kane fishing pose.
Yeah.
Man, look, I guarantee you that dude was in an hour before curfew set. He was like, look, I ain't going.
He would never late again.
Yeah, he was like a funny man. He was like, oh, curfew. I was in. I was in.
So we've been a nation for how many years? 17, 18, 19,
1783.
200. It was 1776.
No, that's when the war started.
Man, why are y'all doing all this?
1783.
Okay, all right. So let's get to the point.
So 200. What's a happy 4th of July? That's all I wanted to say.
A happy 4th of
I
July.
wanted to know why we said.
We just
happy
want to take
4th
you
of
guys
July.
on a history lesson to show you guys why we didn't go to college or anything because we didn't really pay attention in school.
That's it.
just to be
Yeah,
honest.
it all connects. You see the dots connecting. They went to college. They didn't learn that there.
No.
Nick got his grab.
Yeah.
Then they
He got
I
grabbed.
just graduated college. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dick did graduate college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
College
Pastor.
Yeah.
Pastor.
His whole family.
What's your degree?
And Christian counseling.
Do you have a master's?
Get bachelor's.
You have a bachelor's in Christian counseling?
Yeah, I'm just waiting on my certificate.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
guilty.
You can pay good as a pastor, don't you?
No, not that good. Not that good. If anybody got any donations for the pastor,
Man, cash out.
He's talking about donations like fix his pool,
Yeah, see, I got
get his
pool
hot tub
problems.
running.
Man, you got pool problems
Yeah, I got
though.
big
Look.
pool problems.
So happy 4th of July. You guys got any plans for the weekend?
Yeah, I'm going out to big Bobby White's.
What you do out there?
Rob, this has been going on for a week. Like,
You know he bought big fireworks.
He bought fireworks. He bought food
Oh,
for
okay.
everybody.
I thought you was talking about like I should already know. I was talking to the people.
Nick, I was like, what are y'all doing for the 4th?
I was trying to talk to the people.
I thought you was talking about like, what are we doing?
Yeah, what y'all doing
What
for
are
the
we
fourth?
doing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nick just changed his plans. He was going to Bobby's. Now he's
Going to
Now he's
Rob's.
going to Rob's.
Going to both.
Hey, we gonna light up the neighborhood. I promise you.
yeah. You're
I
not
told my
really
neighbor-
having that.
I told them they stopped and asked me the other day if it was alright for them to light off fireworks.
Oh,
I was
really?
like,
Yeah, y'all got respect in y'all's neighborhood.
You ain't gotta ask me permission as long as
You know, hey, listen. You know you live in a good neighborhood when
They say,
when
can we
people
light off
come
sparklers?
to your door and ask you, can we light off sparklers?
And when you got a Facebook group in your
Yeah, you
neighborhood.
got a
Hey,
Facebook.
this is how I answer them. That's Nick.
Nah,
Oh, I know, Nick. Man,
Our
both of these
neighborhood-
guys.
our
Yeah,
neighborhood
Both
got-
of these guys live in those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
When you got a
know what I'm talking
neighborhood
about?
that has a name to it, you're in an illustrious league.
Oh yeah, you're in a different
Forest,
ballpark.
Forest Hills. My neighborhood.
Especially if it has something to do with trees.
They be like, where you live? I just be like, look, by the Ben Hall area. It's just, I live in Forest Hills.
Forest Hills.
Hey, look, I told the guy, look, I don't mind if you ain't gonna mind when I light off my fireworks.
I don't think he knew, but he knew what he was getting himself
Yeah.
into.
When
He probably was gonna light a few little, things off. He probably went and got the big guns.
Oh, we're going to. Look, I don't think you realize the agreement that he came upon.
Let me tell you what, 4th of July, about 15 years ago, we were all out in the streets hanging out, and I decided to throw a mortar shell on somebody's porch.
Man, he wrote it like a bowling
Well,
ball.
it turned
You
out,
know,
Won't you demonstrate
listen,
it?
it turns
You don't
out,
think things through.
I didn't think it through. That's why I was so poor as a youth growing up, because I didn't think things through.
Nothing.
And I pitched this mortar shell up on this porch, and they opened the door to run in, and guess where the mortar shell went? Right in the house. The mortar shell went right in the house, right in the living room. It was sitting there spinning like spin the bottle.
What was in the living room though? A pet bird.
A pet bird.
Did it die?
Yeah.
You killed a bird?
All you heard was.
Feathers going everywhere.
Yeah. It
They
was like,
just
look,
got brand new furniture too, didn't they?
yeah,
And the walls.
whole living room, the whole walls, everything looked like a Dalmatian.
Hey, so Why'd you have perfect form when you wrote it in there like a bowling
Man,
ball?
I don't know. I never get strikes.
You know
I got a
what?
strike on that one.
Hey, it was like in
It was
slow
like,
motion too.
it was like a perfect scene. It was
Hey,
a-
people was like, "Run."
as soon, look, you don't remember because when you first initially threw it, the door was closed.
I
And
know,
as,
that's
as
what I'm
it got, as it
saying.
got closer, look, it went like yes. As soon as it got close, the door went like yeah, and it went
Look,
straight
You
in.
know how your body gets hot when you know you messed up?
Oh yeah,
That's
it's
what my
about to
body
happen.
did. Like I knew, I was like, oh.
This ain't gonna be good.
Look, I mean, it blew that liver. You know how those mortar shells give the first, whenever you don't put them in the tube, when they're on the ground, they give like this first like little.
Yeah.
That's when you know. 2 seconds later, it's about to go down.
And it had a nice leather couch in there.
Oh yeah, there was hoes. Look, just put it this way: the insurance company sent me a $15,000 bill. I was like 13 years old.
What?
Yeah, they sent me a $13,000 bill.
13,000.
13,000.
What they value the bird at?
I don't know, Rob. You're talking. It's probably wasn't that. This was before they came out with pleather.
Oh, that was
Those
at
pleather couches.
Italian.
It was
That's
that
right.
Italian chocolate leather.
Think
Man.
about it.
There
There
was-
was a smell in there.
Rob, there was holes in the wall from the mortars burning holes in the wall.
You could just
Hey, I
tell
would've
it
took it
black
to trial.
streaks everywhere.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
I would have took that to trial.
No, I told them. No, I didn't. You think I paid it? They called the house
You
one
said-
day.
I didn't tell them no. But
They called one day and I said, no, that wasn't my son. And, y'all better not call back again. Never called back.
Hey, tell me how I got caught stealing one time at Macy's, and they was like, "All right, you can leave or you can go to Bowling Green jail." And I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to call my mom or Lewis because I would have got the.
Oh, I remember that.
So
I
I
remember
said, I
that.
called Brian McGuire, and I said, "Hey, Lewis."
He tried to coach him real
And
quick.
Yeah.
thank God he caught him. I was like, "Hey, Lewis, yeah, Lewis, they caught me stealing in Macy's. They need you to talk to him, Lewis." And he changed his voice. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm on my way. Send him on home."
You know, he was putting some extra on it too. I'm a beat. I'm a.
Yeah.
You already know.
Shout out to B-Mac. B-Mac,
Yeah,
B-Mac
shout out.
be on there watching.
Hey man, he be doing this. He's doing his thing, man. I'm proud of him.
Is he? What's he doing?
He's working for some hospital.
from some hospital, like a company, like
Is he?
Yeah.
higher up, yeah.
Yeah.
B-Mac?
Like in the kitchen staff, like he runs a whole program
Oh, that's what's up.
for hospital.
That's what,
Like,
that's
as far
what
as
I ran
serving
into
food.
this morning. You remember Jeff Weber?
Yeah.
These,
Yeah.
mom, that's what I ran into.
Oh, he wanted one?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta go to regularstreet.com.
Hey, these jerseys is, I'm
Hey,
telling
guys.
you, they are the hottest
You gotta
things.
check these jerseys out.
They are the hottest things
They're
out
on
right
pre-sale.
now. Let me stand
Those jerseys right there.
Let me stand up and show them, because these things is hot.
Yeah. Look how lightweight it is. You can see it moving on him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I think-
saying? Like lightweight, real thin,
Yeah.
representing a good brand.
And they go up to a
And they go for
9X.
9X.
But where do you get a 9X from?
Man, I don't even know. Dude,
They're gonna go crazy over them.
dude said 9X. I said, all right. Shout out to my big brothers out there.
Man, what size you in?
A
In
5.
these? In a 5?
I could probably do a 6. 6 will probably be a little too big, but it's right in the middle. 5 is
Okay.
a tight fit.
Yeah, it feels
One
good.
looks swole.
Look, plus it's a light material, man.
Yeah, it's
It-
dope.
breathable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got the plans this weekend. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna have a good time. How's the week been going? Since we got back last? We talked about the event. We talked about what's been going on. So how's the week been?
Good.
It's been good for me.
Busy,
Yeah.
busy. We've been,
Are we?
huh?
Go ahead.
No, we just been doing what we're supposed to be doing, following up.
Living life.
I'm having American pool problems. That's the big issue I'm facing.
I'm having, I can't find, so I can't get a pool built. So we was gonna like in-ground pool, like Nick and Rob. They got nice in-ground pools. I'm not.
Mine looks like a lake right
I'm
now.
not that fancy. I gotta get one of the pools that you set up
I
in the
got
backyard.
I got frogs swimming in mine.
Yeah. So, but I can't find a pool like a decent size. You know what I mean? And it's like the pools that are normally $500, $600, $700. They're like $1,500.
Hey, inflation?
Everything's been went up right now.
Oh, pools are, man. Look, if you're in the pool business right now, hey, you are. I'm telling you, your profits are skyrocketing.
All right, so let me get y'all's thoughts on this, because this is what I was kind of bitter about this pool company. I ain't gonna say their name.
Call them out, Nick.
I
Reverend.
ain't gonna say their name.
Let it
But
be known.
Here's what happened. They told me, they came and gave me a quote on my pool. They said, hey, we can do this for $5,000. We'll get you a new liner, we'll fix your pool, we'll make it like brand new. You gotta pay 90% down. So I paid the 90% down. They're about 2 months late on coming anyway. But when they come, they're like, this was a little bit more work than we expected, so we won't be able to do it. By the way, we're only gonna give you a percentage of your money back.
No.
I know, so I was like, well, hold on, you're the one. So I was just thinking, like, as a company, like, I was like, you should have bit the bullet. You told me you could fix it. I paid you to fix it. And now here you are, when you get into the work, you're like, well, this wasn't what I expected. So
Contract?
John was like, look, we're gonna send him a letter from a lawyer that says, like, either give us all of our money back or come fix our pool like you agreed upon.
So contract?
Yeah, the contract was, we're gonna fix we're gonna put the new liner in.
Oh, they got to pay. That's where I fell short at.
It was no integrity whatsoever.
Hey, follow up on them contracts, baby.
And I was just thinking that, like, even as a business, sometimes you gotta lose money and do the right thing. If you quoted, $4,000 on a job, let's just say you was doing a remodel for a bathroom, and you did a misquote on it, and it turned out to be $6,000, that's your fault.
Yeah, you didn't check all your edges. You didn't
Yeah.
check. You didn't check even the excess that may come about. That's. I'm gonna tell you what happened, Jude. The problem is he didn't call me. I told him.
You the negotiator,
I told him.
negotiators.
No, I told him. I said, look, when they first was trying to pull that stuff, man, I addressed that head on. Look, what you talking about? What you trying to? Look, why are you leaving for?
Yeah, why you
Let's
putting
get
your
this
tools
figured
back?
out.
Why you putting your tools back up?
Yeah, no. What's going on?
Yeah.
We ain't doing this. I'm coming over blocking the car, and we're gonna get it figured out.
So they keep your money. How much of a percentage do they keep?
They kept
Quite a bit.
out of 4,000.
They try to
kept
justify.
1,400.
They try to
They
justify.
look,
kept
here's-
14.
Dude,
Here's what they
they
said.
try to justify
You
this
can
as a
keep
trip.
You can keep the liner we bought, which don't nobody else want to put in because they're like, how do I know they bought the right liner, or how do I know, this liner is actually a good one because we didn't buy it. So that was their trick. Like, oh yeah, I got to keep the liner.
No, that
I don't
liner has
know.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
liner has nothing.
I don't
That's
know.
like you coming and telling me you're gonna do a job at my house. You go buy the materials and then you're like, oh, I can't do it, but I'm gonna leave you with these materials
Exactly,
and
exactly.
you get somebody else to do. No, it don't work like that.
So
Should
now
have
I'm
called me.
left with a mess in my pool,
Should have called me.
and we're gonna get it fixed.
Nick's on care bear that. Nick
And
go.
y'all just gonna let it. Y'all just gonna let it.
Look, dude tried to justify it. Look, Jude, and try to say the $1,400 was broken up into the 2 trips that I made over there.
Like he had
And
decent.
he didn't even do no
No, like you had rocket fuel or
Well, he
something.
had to replace a motor.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
As a business, sometimes you gotta take the bullet.
Here's how I feel. Look, you do the right thing, no matter if it costs.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
It's gonna come back on the other end.
So here's where I do blame myself is I never believed that cheaper is always better.
Oh yeah.
So he gave me the cheapest quote and we went
Cheaper
there.
is
And
never
Yep.
better.
That's
then
why.
I
That's
paid.
yep.
In the long run.
Cheaper is never better. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but at the beginning of this year, God had, through the corona and everything, God showed us that it was our time to start our own company, right? So, which is Contemporary Roofing and Restoration, and we do roofing, siding, gutters, interior, exterior, pre-construction, new construction, restoration, whatever anybody needs, and we were just going over like what are the things that we're going to build this company on, and that's one of them is look, you do what you say you're going to do, no matter, even if it costs me to come out of my pocket. And that's one thing that I really take huge pride in is if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, even in selling cars. So I've been selling cars for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
If I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I do it.
Yeah.
Because my word is more than making money, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
I'm sure that company, they probably would have broke even or lost a few hundred, but for their reputation, because I've learned that one person that will go out and talk bad about you,
Oh, yeah.
they're going to tell 10 other people, right?
That's right.
And what's so bad is even if you do somebody right, they normally tell a couple people, right?
Yeah.
But when you do somebody bad, they're going to go tell the world.
You're gonna tell the world.
Look, hey, it's one time this one person said I did something to him at the car lot or whatever. Why didn't message the church page?
It
What?
was like, you got a sinner in the midst of it.
Look, dude, but then he came back a couple weeks later and like I don't know what happened, or like apologizing. And I was like, why'd you message like the church page? What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think that?
You was salty about that one.
I mean, I was confused. I was like,
You was salty. You
Man,
know,
where's this come from?
Why would you even
yeah. So
get it?
so basically, just it was getting back to the foundational, like who are we and what we do, in as far as the company goes, and so we're working on the website and everything now, and that's one of the things that I got to come up with is the core beliefs, the core values, like who are we through and through, because it's easy to say that. It's another thing to play that out in life, in action. And when you tell somebody, hey, I'm going to be here for you, so when something like this comes up, miss, I'm sorry that this happened, but I'm still going to be here for you and bite the bullet and take this one.
For sure.
Because imagine if they would have stood there, imagine if they would have sit there and was like, look, here's what it really is. We didn't go over everything, we didn't check this, but this is where we're at.
Exactly.
Although I told
Well,
you,
whose fault is it that he didn't check
that's what I'm saying. So imagine if he was like, look, this is what the agreement was for us to put a liner in. This has nothing to do with what you asked. But because I told you what I would do, we're going to do it and make sure that you guys
Yeah,
have
he's
a
a
good
small.
quote.
This must be a real small business.
No.
Because the
It's
business
big.
that I deal,
It's
well,
big.
the business I deal with.
I seen the billboard that
It's
came
big.
up in
Oh yeah, that's
It said
that's
now service in
unacceptable.
Owensboro.
That's unacceptable, Nick. You got to stop letting these people step on you. I don't care, pastor, or what. Truth is truth.
Yeah.
You got to start letting people know about this stuff, man, because it's the same thing that I went through recently
Yeah.
about over contracts and how people will treat you.
That's it.
And if you look, I promise you, whenever I started talking about it,
People
look, I
calling.
started getting emails.
They started
Is this
responding.
They started responding
It makes
because
people start talking.
Yeah.
because your word is going to carry. So I don't care who you are. Nobody in business wants their reputation to be
That's it.
tainted in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just saying, like, if you ain't following up and doing what you say you're going to do, it ain't like again, it ain't like you gave your own self a quote. It was like, this is how much it's going to. They gave you a quote.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
told you what you need.
Exactly.
So like I could understand if they came in and was like, look.
I did my part immediately.
Look, if they would have did this, look, it's a little more than what we expected. How about we split the difference?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna cost $1,500 to fix the rest of it. You do $7, I'll do $750, $750.
I got to tell you a quick story, right? So on the other side of it, we called because we was having pool problems too with keeping it clean. And we noticed sand in the bottom of our pool, and it was very hard to keep it clean, right? So we called a company and was like, look, you got to change out the sand in the pump every couple of years. So we needed the sand in the pump changed this year because it hadn't been changed. So we called this guy that we know, he owns a pool company, and we sent him the address, we sent him, where we was at and all that good stuff, the information. He was like, all right, I'll get out sometime next week and take care of it. Well, that next week, while we was gone during the day, they messaged and said, hey, we came out, you guys are good to go, right? So my wife is, she's Inspector Gadget when it comes to the pool. She don't play about her pool, right?
Yeah.
She knows. So she was like, okay, so they said they came, but where's the old sand at? Like, where'd they do it? Like, first of all, we got cameras. We didn't see nobody on the camera. Nobody motion detected. Nothing was moved. There wasn't sand where they said they put it in the ditch line, right? That runs behind their house in the creek. She was like, I think there might be a pile of sand right here. I don't know because it's water. We don't know if it's sand or not, right? So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so coincidentally, she was able to put chemicals in and the pool cleared up, right? So she was
Yeah.
like, and they told her to backwash it every single day for a week. Backwashing is when you take water out of the pool. Not all of it, just a little bit, and filter it through, right? So about a week after her fighting this pool, she got it clean, right?
Yeah.
So she was all happy. Well, then it rained, and it started turning back green. So she's frustrated. I'm talking about it costs a lot to get chemicals.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get you.
So yesterday, I got a text from my wife said, "Look, call the pool guy." I'm thinking he's calling for the bill money because he never sent me no invoice or nothing, right?
Yeah.
So he called. I called him and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" He was like, "Oh, nothing. I just needed to call and be honest with you, right?" And I was like, "All right." And he was like, "Man, the funny thing about it is when I sent the order in, I sent them your address, I sent them your name. They just went and did the wrong pool." And I was like, "What? What? They went to the wrong house?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, they did your neighbor's pool."
Wow.
You just send an invoice to the neighbor.
Yeah.
No, but
No, I mean, he's
but
being honest.
here's
The
the thing.
neighbor's pool was looking crystal clear.
Man, look. But the thing is, I'm telling you, I've seen my wife out there every single day fighting that pool. Like, and it's frustrating because, like I said, them chemicals ain't cheap. So when he called, it was such a relief. And then he apologized probably 100 times and was like, "Look, I probably can't get there this weekend with it being the 4th, but I promise you, first thing Monday morning, we will be out there. And
That's the people I like.
we will make it right."
I'll
And
be
he
like,
had to call.
I need you. I need you.
Man, for anything,
Yeah,
right?
for anything.
That's what I'm saying. So not just is he gonna come out and make it right and do what he was supposed to do, but they're gonna do even more now because of the honest mistake that they made. He was like, man, I don't know how they went to the wrong pool. The reason why, because they worked on that pool too. So they had my address, they had my name, but went to the wrong pool and changed out that guy's saying.
Well, too, I know in that, like, whenever someone comes out and they're straight honest with you, and they
Oh
tell
man,
you
that's
that,
what I told him.
look, I'm telling you,
Oh, he's getting referrals.
look, you're gonna be telling everybody. You know what I mean? Like, this is what and everybody else is gonna be prone to do it. But if you screw me over, I ain't gonna talk bad about you. I'm just gonna give them that look. No, don't do it. And 90% of the people I tell that not to do it, they're not gonna do it.
That's right.
So I
That's
mean,
exactly
you're
it.
losing business.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt you. So that guy it meant so much because he didn't have to call, right?
Yeah.
He didn't get paid, don't get me wrong, but he didn't do his job though.
Yeah, for sure.
But he didn't have to call, and that's what meant the world to me. I'm telling you, the relief. Amy was like, man, I'm so glad to hear that because I thought I was doing something wrong.
Man, y'all got them American problems, in-ground pool problems.
Man, 4th of July problems.
So what's the topic of the day?
Man, it sounds like you got two different companies. We got a few more minutes. 10, 15. You got two different companies going two different ways, and look at the outcomes.
Yeah.
So I would say that it's always worth doing things the right way, no matter even if it costs you, right? So take that into your own life and what you do, what we each do individually, but collectively as well. So I would say that it's never worth ripping somebody off or taking any kind of shortcut to gain $1, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all going to come back to you.
For sure.
You know what I mean? What I've seen in the car business is, look, if you take any shortcut, they may not see it that day. You remember the car salesman off Matilda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the I heard that a whole lot. And it was like, yeah, you put some dust up in it and make it quiet it down, and but you know, you may temporarily fix the problem or disguise it as it's fixed, but down the road it's gonna come out.
That's it.
And I think that's a word for life. That look, if you take any shortcut, if you put a temporary bandage on it, it's eventually gonna rip open. And it's going to be exposed, and it's going to hurt even more when it is exposed.
Oh, believe it.
And here's the thing, like, you might get ahead, the businesses that do take shortcuts, you might get ahead for a small portion of a season, but for the longevity, you won't be able to sustain. Because just like around Owensboro, like you hear about companies that like always stand on their word or do good work. And those are the people that have produced longevity.
That's right.
The other companies that like try to shice people and cheat the system, you know, they might be around for 1 or 2, 3 years, and then you'll just see them fade off into
No doubt.
Yeah. 2 companies, 2 outcomes.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, like I said, it's a word for life. So, you know, either you can do the thing the right way.
And even just with a regular strength, like just applying that to ourselves in the podcast.
That's right.
Doing what we say we're going to do. So like, if Jew puts on an event in Owensboro and this is what he promises, and he gives contracts to people, like whether he loses money or not, like, hey, TD, like just say you told TD you're gonna pay him $1,000. Whether you lose money or not, TD, here's your $1,000.
That's right. Even if it costs you, it ain't.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they don't want to hear a whole.
I mean, it's the same thing. So like a lot of people that pay, they have to pay at least something up front.
Yeah.
There was a guy that paid me half up front for an event, and because of the coronavirus, like the event got canceled. Now my prices have went up since then, but because in the beginning I told him that this is what we agreed to.
That's right.
That this is what we agreed to, and I'm gonna stick to that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like, it's just about doing business. Now, given there's sometimes certain things that are unforeseen circumstances where things happen. We get that, but for the most part, man, you gotta honor that. You gotta honor it up. You gotta stand behind it.
It's huge. I think character is doing the right thing even when no one is looking. I remember we put up that big decal at that school, Nick, and it's stuck with me ever since then. That look, who are you when ain't nobody looking? Who are you when it comes down to the nitty gritty and you have a choice to do the right thing or the wrong thing? because that's really who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, that the
My
life,
viewers done went down.
they're done.
Yeah, man, we ain't.
They checked
We've
out.
just been rambling on, I guess.
Even if it, I know with Jew, like even after he started making money and getting busier, he told the kids at the middle school he would be there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it.
So even if he wasn't there, he would say, Nick, I need you to fill in for the day. Or he would text someone and say, I need you to be at the middle school at 12 o'clock today because I told these kids we would be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where Jew has seen other people fall off. Like
Started
they might
showing
go for
no
3 months and then they just don't show up no more.
I mean, that's the hardest thing, and I'm still learning. Like, I'm not perfect by any means. Sometimes I'm late for meetings. Sometimes I have to change meetings at the last minute. And sometimes there's things that I have to change. But for the most part, like, man, there's something about, like, whenever you get your character is starting to be tainted because of your actions. Like, man, guys, that lives with you forever.
Man, it follows you.
So you have to really focus on doing good business. And that I don't even care if you don't own the business, even if you're a representative
That's
of
a
that
word.
business.
That's it.
Man, I'm telling you, if you don't, and that's why it's very, 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 very important that whenever you hire people in places of position in your company, guys, their character better line up because they can put your company in a bad position.
That's it.
You know, and you could, again, that's hard to do, but still you have to align yourself, again, with people that are likewise.
Yeah, you can be an employee with an ownership mindset.
Yeah.
Right. So even if you are working at a restaurant and you're flipping burgers, if you treat that as if it was your own, it'll take you further in life than just clocking in, clocking out. And
We
leaving.
talked about that about a month ago about, that mindset of people just clocking in and clocking out and don't value their job. And that's why a lot of times they stay in that same position and never move up because they don't value that job as in, like, what's the next step from here?
Oh, yeah.
Is this if I want to start my own company, where do I go next from here?
Yeah.
So.
We listened to this one podcast and the owner of this, we talked about that, but the owner of the restaurant in Texas, the Breakfast Club, he said we got 3 rules. We open when we say we're going to open, we close when we say we're going to close, and we have what's on our menu.
Yeah, that's it. And that because of that, they're successful. They ain't got a fancy logo. They ain't got a fancy place. They just stick to those core values. One thing real quick I wanted to maybe talk about is maybe a lot of people get stuck in that place or stuck in that position in life because it's comfortable. So Nick reminded me the other day that being comfortable is the opposite of growth. It's the enemy of growth. But we can get so stuck in that place of comfortability that man, it stops us from going anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Just be like, same thing as complacency. Are we not complacency but convenience? Convenience
That's good.
kills, man. Like, and that's why, and this even goes down to the minute things like
What?
budgeting. Minute.
Oh,
Because think about this.
What do you think I said?
Think about
Minute.
think about this.
Minute.
Me and a guy went over this the other day. Who he said he's starting to buy his lunches and his drinks pre-hand before the day, so he doesn't have to stop at gas stations. He said, Nick, that same Bang energy drink that I was buying at the gas station for $3, I went to Walmart and bought a 6-pack for like $4.
yeah.
And he said the convenience of me being able to go inside a convenience store cost me $3 a day because I just didn't want to think about it.
I think it's addicting just going to a store. Like,
It is.
just stopping.
It's
Just
fast.
to,
fast.
you know what I mean? This is just something, I don't know. I just get these.
Well, it's a fast pace.
Yeah.
There's something about fast food when you can get it. It's the generation of microwavable.
That's it.
Generation of microwavable.
It's
That
instant
sounds like a TV
gratification.
Here's
Yeah.
what I believe.
So it's like I can get it right now. I want a double
Yeah.
cheeseburger with Baconator.
You don't see the consequence. You don't see the consequence of convenience till down the road. So it's, man, $7 at this gas station doesn't hurt me. $10 at the store doesn't hurt me.
Yeah.
Until 30 days later, you're like, where did all my money
Look,
go?
you're telling me last month. So my wife has been on this fad over the past like 3 months
DoorDash,
of door dashing.
Really?
I mean, crazy.
Man.
$30
It's
for a
30
meal.
is- You
Rich
should-
people problems.
From $20 to $30 a rip, right? And she's
What?
ordering
Wow.
like twice a week, 3 times a week.
Wow.
And then I started I was like, man, I was telling her not to do it. And I would catch myself like being home,
Y'all live pretty
with the kids. Yeah, we live pretty deep. And
So
that's
it's
just
just
like
a convenience.
convenience of not driving into town, right? But last month we probably spent $1,500 on DoorDash.
How much
Rich
does
people
DoorDash cost? How much they?
I mean, they
add
just spike up. They add a fee,
Like
but
how-
I think they add extra money on food.
So how
so-
much? Like 20?
20%,
Like
So, like-
$20 to bring you a meal?
No, not 20. I would say
about 13, 14.
I would say yeah. It depends how much you order.
Didn't you
Yeah.
tip them?
They live pretty deep.
Sometimes you
Their
can.
tip is
It
actually
ain't even about how far they go, but I'm saying like
I'm
So
just
say,
for
look,
$15,
for- all right, so
I'm
look.
bringing food to people.
I know, right? So we ordered a.
Hey, let's do it. We can do a regular dash.
Yeah, we'll do it.
15.
That's the
You just call me.
pasta.
I'll go pick your food up and I'll bring it to you.
That's a pasta.
But no, it was like, all right, just give you an example. We've ordered Mexican before, and like a meal for two, and it's probably been like $53.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Yeah.
So instead of like going into town, it would probably be like $30.
Woo.
But instead of ordering it, because they add on extra for each item you get.
My mind's telling me.
No, but my body.
Hey, that's what you go through.
No.
Hey man, that's a good place to end it on, man. Any exiting words?
Convenience kills. I think
Convenience
you can apply
kills.
that to every comfortability kills, convenience kills, and complacency kills.
Man, I think that the motto of the show today is 2 companies, 2 outcomes. Which one do you fall in? Which one do you? How do you live your life? Joe, you got anything?
Guys, have a blessed 4th.
Be careful. Don't be blowing people
Don't
up.
be out drinking and
Don't
driving.
be having firework wars.
Don't take the block burner and roll it.
Yeah, don't roll-
It
don't
will
roll,
end up
yeah.
bad. Be careful.
Think it
Use
through.
safety. Yeah, man.
The lesson for today is just think it through. Think about the problems you're gonna have after you do the act. Okay. So peace.
Think it
See
through.
you next week.
You guys have a good week.